Tonight, the original idols go head-to-head. Why Justin and Kelly are now locked in a fierce battle over the next Twilight movie. How many times a day do you update your Facebook status?
It's pretty scary. I mean, your information's just kind of for anyone's taking.
Tonight, the Fox 12 investigators show you how easy it is for a complete stranger to track you down. A local couple says they got hosed when trying to buy new furniture.
I never would have thought we'd have been waiting 7 months.
Why their living room tonight still sits empty. A local woman struggles to call 911 after she was attacked by a horse. How rescuers managed to find her when her cell phone died. But first, local homeowners living in raw sewage, and they're not happy about it.
I was devastated in the beginning, but I have to go on.
Why they're having a tough time figuring out what caused this disgusting mess. The story's only on 12 and first on Fox.
Live from Fox 12 Oregon, this is breaking news.
Good evening. We are going to begin with some breaking news tonight.
Right now, police are looking for the person who stabbed a man in downtown Portland tonight. The investigation is happening in the Old Town area near First and Burnside. KPTV's Mark Hanrahan is live on the scene with the details. Mark?
Well, Shauna, police say this one all happened out here on the sidewalk in front of the rescue mission. They say it appears to be a fight between two transients. And while they aren't sure exactly yet what type of weapon was used, they say that victim did end up with a cut. Police are releasing few details about what happened tonight, but they say the victim was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and the suspect remains on the loose. Investigators are not sure exactly how the victim was cut. They say it's possible the suspect was wearing a ring and that's what cut the victim. As far as his injuries, witnesses we talked to say he appeared to have a gash on the left part of his face under his ear. They say while he was bleeding a lot, he appeared to be coherent.
He was sitting. He seemed to be pretty calm. I mean, he had his hand over his face, so I couldn't actually see the wound, but it looked like a pretty sizable gash because he could just kind of see the blood coming out at the bottom.
Now, police have not released a suspect description tonight. In the meantime, if you know anything about this one that could help, please contact Portland Police. Reporting live tonight near downtown Portland, I'm Mark Hanrahan, the 10 o'clock news.
Stay with Fox 12 for continuing coverage of this stabbing investigation. We will have more on the story tonight on the 11 o'clock news.
Only on 12 tonight, people in one North Portland neighborhood are dealing with a big mess after a sewage problem that they say is the city's fault. It all started back on Saturday at several homes on North Russet Street in North Portland. KPTV's Andrew Padula is live in North Portland now with more on the story you'll see only on 12. Andrew?
Well, Wayne, many homeowners have spent the last couple of days cleaning up after that big mess. Take a look at what's come out of one home here. You can see an old chair, bags full of old carpet, everything ruined after sewage filled their basement. Tonight, work crews with Surf Plus continue to pull bag after bag of trash out of one basement.
Yeah, it is sewage. It came out of the drain, and then I saw the shower was filled with black stuff.
Helga Grewell says she noticed the sewage in her basement yesterday. Today, she had workers trying to clean up the mess.
I have to take care of it as sooner the better because of the germs are growing.
All 5 rooms in Helga's basement were covered in sewage. Some rooms had up to 3 inches of it. 2 houses down, the same thing.
It was all thick and black. It was coming out of the basement, the drains, the tub, the shower. It filled up my washing machine.
Karen says it happened Saturday afternoon at her home. Her son took pictures of the mess. Almost every room in her basement was covered in sewage.
About 5 inches all over the basement floor. Anything that's on the floor has to be thrown away.
Karen says she had her plumber check things out but found no problems on her end.
And then I called the city maintenance to come out, and they did. And they checked and they saw there was a problem.
She says the city workers told her plumber they found a break in the sewer line.
It's a nightmare, but I was really surprised when I found out on Monday that it's almost all the houses on my street that have basements.
Now everyone on this block is hoping the city will pay for the damages.
If the city doesn't own up to it, then I get really angry. I will fight for it.
And we did contact the Bureau of Environmental Services, which is what we're told deals with the sewer lines. We did not get a call back tonight. In the meantime, homeowners here that are spending thousands of dollars to clean up that mess, they're hoping the city will step up and help them out. Reporting live from North Portland tonight, Andrew Padula, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, authorities say they've caught a man involved in a major fraud scam. Deputies arrested Elijah Morse on charges including forgery and theft. Now, he's accused of using a fake Oregon driver's license and counterfeit checks to rip off building supply companies. His alleged illegal purchases were as high as $5,000. Overall losses are estimated at $20,000. Authorities have not said exactly how many victims are involved.
An incredible story of teamwork and survival tonight. It involves a Clackamas County deputy and 911 dispatchers who worked together to find a woman who'd been trampled by a horse. It happened near Sherwood this morning, but no one knew where to go after the 911 call came in because of poor cell service. However, good teamwork paid off, and now the woman is recovering at Emmanuel Hospital. KPTV's Chad Carter joins us live from there with more on this incredible story, Chad.
Yeah, and Shauna, doctors say the woman we only know as Amy is being treated here tonight, but it was her cell phone, or more likely her voicemail greeting, that ultimately saved her life.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Amy with Climber Farm is not available.
That is what we went on to try and find the address.
And find her they did through an unbelievable string of communication, technology, and luck. It was the voicemail recording that gave the biggest clue dispatchers needed to trace where the call came from. The ordeal started this morning about 9 a.m. when Amy made the 911 call that was picked up by Woodburn dispatchers. Only a few words made it through, though, as the call was filled with static and hard to understand. Noticing, though, it was coming from Clackamas County, dispatchers in Woodburn transferred the limited information they had to them.
She sounded like she'd been injured or something when I got her on the phone, but she couldn't hear me.
And that's when the puzzle began.
So we knew someone needed help. We just didn't know where she was at.
With 3 dispatchers working to save her life, they stumbled across what turned out to be a private home with a last name that appeared to match.
We went back to the name on the voicemail, the Stramer Farm and Equestrian, and that is what ultimately was the final guiding light.
It just so happened right then, Deputy John Zabinden was pulling a U-turn in their driveway and was able to track her down.
I went and checked a large barn that contained a horse stable at the back of the house, and I found her on the ground at the rear of the barn with a bloody head.
She told him she had tried to free the horse's stuck foot when it kicked her, knocking her to the ground, where she stayed for almost 2 hours before being discovered.
She was conscious. She was in a lot of pain, in a fetal position. She was laying down on the ground.
Immediately, Amy was taken to Emmanuel Hospital by life flight, ending a frantic search and a dramatic discovery.
We knew actually that this was a good find, that we did a good job.
And at our last update this evening, Amy is listed here in critical condition. Live in North Portland, Chad Carter, the 10 o'clock news.
The search is on tonight for 2 shoplifters caught on camera. Take a look at some of this video now from the Clackamas Town Center Nordstrom store. Security says the men in these pictures tried to take off with nearly $1,400 in clothing. A security guard followed them out of the store and into a parking garage. He says the men then started running, and one fell down, dropping some of the stolen loot. Both men, though, got into a car and got away. 2 men accused of robbing a local pub are behind bars tonight after deputies tracked them down with a high-risk traffic stop. Damascus Seymour and Antoine Johnson are suspected of robbing Dillinger's Pub in Milwaukee this morning. Deputies say the 2 took off after stealing from the pub's owner, but the owner was able to describe the getaway car, and deputies able to track it down.
2 men accused in a 13-year-old murder appeared in court today. Dana Rankins made his first court appearance this morning in the Multnomah County Justice Center. He faces several murder charges in the 1995 death of Kayla Peterson. Portland police say Rankins called them from St. Louis to talk about the case, and officers flew out there and ended up arresting him. They'd already arrested his cousin for the same murder that happened in Northeast Portland. Chantel Moses is also facing murder charges, and this is video of him in court last month. Police arrested him in March after getting a Crime Stoppers tip.
Now, Portland's first weather at 10.
Hey, good evening. Mark Nelson here in the First Live Local Weather Center. Today, blustery afternoon. We started out, of course, with the really gray skies, and then the sunshine did break out, and we kind of had a break this evening. It was pretty dry, but now things beginning to change once again. Check out the live radar. You see the fresh sweep going around there, and plenty of areas of green and also yellow beginning to show up here in the valley. Let's go a little bit closer, and you'll see the movement here. The showers have been moving from the west, moving off to the northeast. They came on shore about 2 hours ago, and now they seem to be working into the valley as well. In fact, it looks like it's getting real wet from Salem up the I-5 corridor up here towards Portland. Just to the north of Canby, Wilsonville, you folks looking real wet, and the same thing out in St. Paul. Temperatures right now, we're in the 50s course, we had a little bit of sunshine late today. Looks like a lot more of that coming up in the 7-day forecast. Stick around for that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Mark. Well, pirates aren't just found off the coast of Africa. Tonight, local authorities say you can find pirates right here in local rivers. Coming up in just a few minutes, see what local authorities are dealing with now. A Portland police officer will not face charges in the death of a man who died in police custody. The Multnomah County DA has declined the case involving the in-custody death of James Chassie. Now, the DA had considered taking the case after the man's family said video evidence incriminated the officer. They say you can hear Officer Christopher Humphreys telling jail staff he tackled Chassie during his arrest. Chassie died after receiving 26 broken rib cage bones and a punctured lung.
Well, it looks like it's going to be months before the father and son accused of nearly killing a man on a local hiking trail will go to trial. Michael and Tevin Collins both appeared in court today and waived their right to a speedy trial. They'll face charges on attempted murder and robbery following the beating of Robert Kevin Tracy back in February. The Collins' trial right now is set to begin on August 24th.
Only on 12 parents at a local high school are concerned after learning about a possible drug investigation. Clark County deputies are looking into allegations that several teenagers at Hawkinson High School may have sold drugs at the school. KPTV's Brent Weisberg talked to parents and school administrators and joins us live with more on the story you'll see only on 12. Brent?
Shauna, parents say these allegations are serious and could ruin the rest of the school year and possibly destroy the reputation of a local high school.
I'm pretty surprised, actually. Things like that don't usually happen out here.
Parents of Hoskin High School students are concerned tonight after learning about a possible drug investigation at their children's school.
We just don't have things like that out here. You know, it's a close campus, tight-knit community, and I just don't see that happening.
The school administrator says there is an investigation into drug abuse at the school and says it may involve students selling drugs.
I don't know really anything about it other than there was quite a lot of kids involved.
The district isn't saying much about the case, and Clark County deputies don't comment on open cases involving students. And tonight, several parents we talked to say they heard the investigation centers around a handful of students.
She just said that there were a lot of people that were involved in the incident and that people that she was really surprised would be there or be involved in something like that.
One parent who asked not to be identified says a district administrator told him the students were illegally selling prescription drugs used for studying.
It could have been. There's a lot of, finals and things coming up. It could be the economy. It could just be, senioritis. I really don't know.
Parents just hope whatever's going on gets resolved soon so their kids can focus on the future.
We're pretty close around here, and we want to keep it that way and make sure the kids all get to college and have a good life. So that's not one way to do it, though, for sure.
We tried talking with the school principal. She refused to answer our questions tonight, and a district spokesperson says it's against policy to comment on these types of situations. Reporting live tonight, Brent Weisberg, the 10 o'clock news.
Will kids tell on their drug-dealing friends for cash? It's a controversial new program that police hope will eliminate drug problems in schools. Ahead in the final cut, see if $500 is enough to inspire kids to rat out their friends.
A Salem man accused of putting a dog shock collar on his young children is behind bars tonight on $80,000 bail. Police arrested Todd Markham yesterday, and they say he admitted to using the shock collar on his kids for entertainment. He appeared in Marion County Court today, where the judge set that bail. His 4 children are now living with their mother. Markham is set to be back in court later this month.
He is known around the world for his designs, and tonight a local puppeteer says one of his longtime employees stole more than $200,000 from him. Michael Curry's company makes costumes for Broadway shows like The Lion King and events like the opening ceremonies at the Olympics. He tells Fox 12 he discovered the losses last week and called police. KPTV's Jim Hyde reports.
Police served a search warrant at the home of a woman who worked for Michael Curry Design. Police report finding documents and property ranging from clothing to gift cards that allegedly tie the employee to the embezzlement of more than $200,000. Curry says he confronted a woman about the red flags he saw when looking over company records. Police used one warrant to search the employee's work area. Curry says most of the thefts were done digitally. He then fired the employee. Curry says he's run a business based on trust for years and says the thefts might have been discovered sooner if old-fashioned receipts and bookkeeping practices were still in use. Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
More testing is leading to an uptick in the number of confirmed H1N1 cases in Oregon. There are now 45 people who've tested for the flu virus in the state. There are 16 cases in Polk County, the most in the state. Next is Multnomah with 11 confirmed cases. The state's health department says one teenage girl is hospitalized with the virus, but most everybody else is recovering at home. Washington state's total confirmed cases of H1N1 is now up to 23. That flu outbreak is keeping one local school district closed for the rest of the week. The Polk County Health Department decided to keep the Central School District closed. There are 3 confirmed H1N1 cases among the students in that district. More cases are also being evaluated now. The Forest Grove School District reopened today after 2 days off due to the H1N1 virus.
Some good news tonight about graduation rates at Portland's public schools. They're going up. Results of the study on the class of 2007 are in, and graduation rates jumped across the board. Back in 2004, 57% of students graduated high school in Portland. In 2007, the school district says it was more than 63%. In fact, it's pretty much a 6% increase across the board in gender and minority groups. The district says intervention programs for struggling students has played a key role.
Only on 12 tonight, a local family is outraged after they say they paid more than $1,000 for some furniture back in October, and it still has not been delivered. It's now been 7 months since the Kohler family bought a recliner and love seat from Furnishings for Less in North Portland, but they're still waiting for all of it to show up. They paid for the furniture in full, they say, with the expectation that it would be delivered in just a couple of months.
We were told it would be 2 to 3 months because it was coming from overseas. And we keep calling, and the typical answer for the last 3 or 4 months has been it's on the dock waiting to clear customs in Los Angeles.
Furnishings for Less declined to comment on camera tonight, but they're calling the delay typical. The Kohlers say they asked for a refund, but so far the company has refused.
A local man is talking about losing $50,000 to a scam artist. He's hoping the same thing won't happen to you. 66-year-old Reuben Quam is postponing his retirement now because of the loss. A man named David Buchanan is spending 5 years in prison after scamming Quam and others out of millions of dollars. Buchanan pretended to work for the Federal Reserve Bank and promised very high returns if victims invested with him. He also told his victims that he'd played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Great big guy. He's from Hawaii, and a fast talker that this was a government deal out of the White House that we put X amount of dollars in, and 6 months, every 100,000, you can get $3 million back. And it was Rick's son-in-law's brother, so I trusted those people.
Fox 12 talked to another couple who said they lost $233,000 to Buchanan's scam. Others are trying to make up for losing millions. Tonight, Quam wants to remind you to read the fine print before you make any investment.
When you think pirates, you may be picturing the waters off the coast of Somalia. But Multnomah County Sheriff deputies say pirates are active on Portland's waterways, too. Our news partners at the Portland Tribune say the pirates here aren't hijacking ships or taking hostages, but they are committing other crimes along local rivers. KPTV Sophie Song now joins us live to explain. Sophie.
Sheriff's deputies with the River Patrol Division say the pirates commit a variety of thefts and sometimes even do drug deals. They say they steal everything from motors, barbecues, to storage lockers, basically anything that can be carried away in a boat. The Portland Tribune reports that these crimes tend to increase during the spring and summer months when warm weather brings more people and their possessions into the marinas that line the Columbia and Willamette rivers.
I mean, criminals taking advantage of anybody is not a good thing, but it happens everywhere.
Now, we've heard also some incidents actually on the moorage itself where folks are just basically coming off the water and because they can't go through the gate, see, and they're basically vandalizing some of the boats.
And the Portland Tribune says part of the problem is the vast area local law enforcement has to patrol. There are more than 100 miles of banks along the Columbia, Willamette, and Sandy rivers in Multnomah County alone. They say many of those areas are not regularly patrolled, giving easy access to pirates, especially at night. Port of Portland officials say they've recently installed new fencing around its terminals to try to keep the pirates out. And you can read more about this story in tomorrow's print edition of the Portland Tribune or online at portlandtribune.com. Reporting live, Sophie Stone, the 10 o'clock news.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
A little town is battling a big problem involving bullying, stealing, and harassment. Why victims say they can't turn to police for help. Is your Facebook account your own?
Remember that registered sex offenders could have access to the internet.
The Fox 12 investigators show you how to safely use Facebook and what information you should probably take off the site.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm relieved.
It's a parent's worst nightmare, but it's now a dream come true. Why they're tucking their 3-year-old boy in extra tight tonight. And a local man collapses from a seizure. With nobody around and no way to call for help, hear about the heroic rescue his family will be talking about for generations.
And after a real wet start to this week, it's looking like maybe a rain-free weekend. I've got the latest coming up in my first live local forecast.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
It's Kelly's huge 35th anniversary sale, Friday and Saturday only. Save up to 35% on appliances, big screens, mattresses, lighting, and more. Make no down payment and pay no interest for 12 months. Save big this Friday and Saturday at Kelly's in Salem.
This is not a cupcake. It's a Wi-Fi hotspot with a little bit of coverage. These are the laptop cards the phone companies offer. More coverage, but they're kind of slow. And this is Clear. Clear covers entire cities with a super fast mobile internet called WiMAX. Welcome to the future.
Give your children the gift of lifelong memories this year with this 21-foot trail sport that weighs just 3,380 pounds for $151 a month. Choose from Oregon's largest selection at Curtis Trailers, Portland and Beaverton.
That's tonight's Fox 12 Final Cut, including the pro football player caught up in a sex scandal.
Oh, a fourth grader helped catch not one, but two suspected thieves while skateboarding.
And the anti-drug program that depends on text messages. Will it catch on?
Those stories and much more tonight in the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Portland and Salem have been selected to liquidate all overstocks from 4 Lazy Boy factories. $2 million of national Lazy Boy overstocks will be sold at the lowest prices in Lazy Boy history. Markdowns are huge now on recliners, sofas, sectionals, chairs, tables, and more. Financing is available. Hurry in now for best selections. For a limited time only, the Lazy Boy National Authorized Factory Liquidation, starting this week, all 6 area stores.
Because we had children too, we ask that you please drink responsibly.
Builder new home liquidation sale. Hurry, all homes must be sold by June 30th.
Have a craving for calzones? Then get down to Old Chicago, official home of the calzone. Feeling creative? Build your own from our lineup of 40 fresh toppings. Or, now for a limited time, try one of our new calzone creations, like the Chicken Club, packed with oven-roasted chicken, smoked bacon, spinach, and more. And don't miss the Sicilian Trio, loaded with fresh Italian flavor. For delicious calzones you won't find anywhere else. Old Chicago. Eat, drink, be yourself.
The economic crisis is hitting another company with local ties. Sage Software is eliminating 500 positions throughout the U.S. The company provides business software and services. This is video of Sage's Beaverton location. The company's not releasing specific numbers of job reductions or for each of its sites. Now, some of the cuts will come from open positions that are not being filled.
In News Across the Northwest tonight, we don't think there were any real estate agents in medieval times, so an Idaho couple isn't using one now to sell their castle, but the majestic medieval style castle in Troy, Idaho is up for sale. The couple isn't going the traditional route to sell it. Instead, they're offering $25,000 to anyone who finds them a buyer and closes the deal. The price is $800,000.
The average Joe Schmo down the road could call up his dentist and he could buy the home and he gets 25 grand.
Okay. The castle sits on 6 acres. It comes with a medieval-style dining room table and chairs, chandeliers, even a dungeon. Can you imagine eating a turkey leg sitting at that table? There's also
Well, yes, I can, as a matter of fact.
There's also a pond, which the new owner could probably call a moat if you wanted to.
Well, we had all of 5 lightning strikes here today in northwest Oregon, mostly around Estacada and also Sandy. But farther to the east, severe thunderstorms over in Umatilla County. You can see all the lightning strikes there around 5 o'clock. And those storms have now moved out into Idaho and are pretty much all finished for the night. We've got a much calmer forecast and a real nice weekend getaway forecast coming up.
There is a new way for teens to make some extra cash. The catch, they have to snitch on their friends. Coming up, how a quest to make schools drug-free is turning into some big bucks for local, or not for local kids, but for schools.
Also, 2 suspected thieves are behind bars, all thanks to a 10-year-old boy. Here from the young nabber who says he caught them all in the act.
He finished big in the Kentucky Derby. Now the local owner of Musket Man is getting ready for the next big race. See what it takes to be a winner.
And what would you do with $100? Pay the bills, maybe dinner, maybe a movie?
Yes, stick around. Fox 12 is giving you a chance to win a $100 prepaid MasterCard.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Looking for a great local job? Here are a few Northwest jobs from Fox 12 Oregon, powered by JobDango.com. In Salem, Performance Health Technology is hiring a customer service representative. In Portland, Medical Society Staffing is hiring a physician assistant. And in Tiger, Mutual of Omaha is hiring a financial and insurance services representative. For details on these local jobs and thousands more, or to advertise your jobs, go to KPTV.com and click on Northwest Jobs at the left side of our homepage.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Every morning I would get up and I would have to fidget around and find my glasses.
Discover 2020 Institute's LASIK Commitment for Life. Call 503-771-2020 or visit us at 2020institute.com.
Well, we opened up the curtains and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I can see the details on the bricks on the house across the street.
Save $1,000 off 2020 Institute's LASIK Commitment for Life until June 30th and live lens-free.
It's so great. It's so great.
The change that may encourage more and more people to cross the river into Oregon for a good time. That's coming up on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Donate or buy a used car from Portland Rescue Mission and help hurting people right here in our community. We recondition your car, then sell it, offering you the maximum tax deduction allowed. Call Portland Rescue Mission at 503-MISSION and give something more.
Yo, 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 baby, this is your dog, Randy Jackson from American Idol. You've seen them on TV. Now come see them live, finalists from American Idol.
Check out Adam, Allison, Anoop, Danny, Chris, Lil, Matt, Megan, Michael, and Scott. American Idol's live, one night only, July 5th, Rose Garden Arena. Tickets are on sale Saturday morning at 10, online at ComcastTix.com, the Rose Quarter box office, select Safeway and Tickets West locations, or by phone. Produced by AEG Live.
One size fits all doesn't fit these economic times, which is why a diverse range of companies choose Quest. From retailers to hospitals, pro sports teams to boat dealerships, universities to space agencies. Because Quest has the agility to help with its tailored voice and data solutions backed by a national fiber optic network. See what Quest can do for you, no matter the size of your business. Get Quest. Get nimble.
It's Gage Auto Sales 10th anniversary sale. Over 300 top quality cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with millions of dollars in financing available. Find the right vehicle at the right price right now. The 10th anniversary sale going on now at Gage Auto Sales on McLaughlin in Milwaukee.
You are looking at live pictures of a wildfire that's burning in Santa Barbara, California. It's so far burning hundreds of acres and has already destroyed several homes.
We've got a couple of different cameras on this fire right now, aerial shots that we want to kind of go back and forth to show you the scope of the fire that's burning right now. It's said to be about 500 acres, I think, at last check, and We know at least 8,000 people have now been evacuated from the area. As you look there at a shot of a fire truck that's pulling up to a road as they try to use those roads as fire breaks to keep them from burning into homes. But Shauna, we already know that a lot of homes have burned.
Yeah, several very luxury homes have burned. No word really on exactly how many homes have burned. We know that more than 800 firefighters are battling this blaze. 3 firefighters have been hurt so far with burns. Don't know a whole lot about their injuries, but it's been less than 6 months since another fire really just ravaged this area and destroyed hundreds of homes. Is that right? 200,
yeah. 200 homes about 6 months ago in the same general area of Santa Barbara, Montecito. This, though, fire, according to one witness, is closer to the center of town in Santa Barbara than any past wildfires that they can remember. Look at that fire truck almost surrounded there with the bend of the flames there. And earlier tonight, there were lots of shots of houses going up in flames. So far, there's not an exact count or even a rough count on how many homes have gone up in this wildfire.
We're going to continue to watch this, keep our eyes on it. We'll bring you new information as it comes in. But again, massive wildfire burning through Southern California near Santa Barbara.
I'm Kevin Kawari, and here now is a look at what's coming up new tonight on the 11 o'clock news. Local cops may be searching for a serial thief. Why your neighborhood grocery store could be his next target if police don't find him soon. Also new at 11, haunting surveillance video just before a college student is shot to death in a bookstore. But are these pictures giving cops what they need to track the shooter down? Gone for nearly a week, lost in the great outdoors.
How you feeling?
Not too good. New at 11, this hiker's incredible survival story and what it took to finally find him. And take a look at this. Getting rid of glasses for good. All you need to do is go under the gun, the piercing gun, that is. Down and much more coming up at the top of the hour on the 11 o'clock news.
In tonight's Consumer Watch, it's going to cost a little bit more to drink the hard stuff. Up in Washington, the State Liquor Control Board voted today to raise the markup on alcohol in state liquor stores by 32%. That price increase goes into effect August 1st. The board says it will raise $80 million over 2 years. The legislature previously removed $79 million from a liquor fund. Just this week, we made it easier than ever for Fox 12 viewers to stay connected with breaking news and weather by adding a free iPhone application. It's available in the iPhone App Store on iTunes. And today we learned that it made the list of the most downloaded free news applications. It joins a list that features Yahoo, USA Today, Consumer Reports, and some big papers as well. Right now we're ranked at number 18. To add it to your iPhone, all you have to do is go to iTunes, then the iPhone App Store, or you can go to kptv.com for more information.
Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson is here with a check of the forecast. And before you're allowed to talk about weather, we get to wish you a happy birthday because you're celebrating sort of a milestone birthday tonight.
A milestone?
Mark.
What do you mean by a milestone?
Well, you know those big, the decade numbers. So every time you
30.
hit a new decade. Yeah, you're finally hit
40.
30.
I'm 40 years old today. Just before the moon landing. That's how old I am.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Well, I think the key to life is don't take things too seriously.
Yep.
Always have fun.
Okay.
Enjoy your job. Family's important.
Yeah.
You do all that.
Yep. No gray hairs.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I don't
right
color
next
my
to him.
hair.
I don't see any.
I don't color my hair. Just sometimes people have asked.
Yeah, there were
To
some
color your
rumors
hair.
circulating.
Yeah, Drew Jackson thought so. Okay, let's take a look outside right now. River Cam right now shows a few sprinkles beginning to show up there, and we'll see a lot more sprinkles coming up tonight. Looks real wet out there overnight tonight. Now, let's look at the live radar, and the showers definitely coming back in. Kind of a nice window this evening during about the time the kids are out doing their baseball practice or games or lacrosse or whatever they do outside in the spring evenings. Here's the radar 10:30 p.m. here, the current picture. But we can back it up 3 hours, and all these showers came from offshore, moved over the Coast Range. Now it's looking pretty wet. In fact, I think another soaker coming up in spots tonight. Tiger, some pretty heavy rain right over you. That's headed up towards downtown Portland at this hour. And Westland getting some pretty good rain as well. And more rain around Sherwood and then out towards Carlton as well. So another wet night coming up. Let's take a look at the time lapse from earlier this evening. We had that big break, the sun breaks. Along with that, we had a strong wind. Man, we had a west wind gust, I think 31 miles per hour out of PDX. It was shaking the camera around quite a bit earlier this evening. That wind has pretty much died down now, so good news there. But I think we will see a brighter day coming up for tomorrow. And tomorrow, just a chance for a shower. We just have a light south wind, 9 miles per hour right now here in Portland. It's 54 degrees. We'll drop to about 47 tonight. Showers will continue off and on overnight tonight. We've had about 2 inches of rainfall so far this month. We only averaged 2.38, so we could have all of our May rainfall by the time we get to weather chat time tomorrow evening at this time. So we'll see about that. Westerly jet stream, it's been very wet. We think it's going to buckle, though, and start to move to the north. So a drying trend coming up. Just a chance for a shower tomorrow. Tomorrow, much brighter day. Here we are at 2 p.m., our cloud and rain forecast. Showing the chance for showers on the coast range by tomorrow afternoon, all the way up towards, let's say, up into southwest Washington. But notice, Friday, maybe some brief morning clouds. Most of Friday, though, looking pretty nice. And Saturday looks beautiful as well. Saturday may be a cloudless day coming up. Weekend getaway, we better get that out of the way here because it looks like a great weekend. The coastline near 65 on Saturday, Sunday near 60. Mount Hood Ski Bowl, we got free skiing coming up on Sunday. Their Customer Appreciation Day looks mostly sunny up there. And sunny east of the Cascades, temperatures in the mid-60s on Saturday, maybe Sunday getting up into the lower 70s. Forecast in for east of the Cascades for tomorrow, for your Thursday. It looks like 64 at the Dalles, 52 at John Day, partly cloudy skies. Mount Hood tomorrow, another cool day. Just a chance for a shower up there, 32 at Timberline and 56 for high temperature at Welch's. And then west of the Cascades for tomorrow, brighter day, just a few light showers, nothing like the gloom we had half of today. And then the showers this afternoon. Showers and sun breaks, we'll call it. West side of town, about 61 at Hillsborough, 62 at Lake Oswego. East side of town, same thing. The showers may linger until late afternoon, though, up against the Cascades, places like Sandy and Cascade Locks. Here in the city, 47 early, showers, sun breaks, some drying coming up late in the day. I think the high temperature tomorrow, about 62 degrees, a little below average for this time of the year. 7-day forecast, though, real nice. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right around 70. Showers will return, though, coming up on Monday.
Tonight's Final Cut is all about information, including some hackers who are blackmailing a medical office. See why they're demanding millions of dollars for information they've stolen. Police in one town are offering up some Benjamins for any students who come forward with information about drugs in schools. See how the plan is working. And would you give just anyone your private information? Well, if you're on Facebook, you may have already done it. Watch as the Fox 12 investigators go in search of those who may have revealed too much online. The Final Cut is next.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Want Mother's Day gifts that won't break the bank? Ross has thousands of gifts your mom will love at prices you'll love. Mother's Day at Ross. The savings are unbeatable.
Happy Mother's Day.
Love burgers but hate the grease? Then you'll love Arby's new Bacon Cheddar Roast Burger. Made with oven-roasted, freshly sliced roast beef and topped with cheddar cheese and thick-cut pepper bacon on a toasted roll. Arby's new Bacon Cheddar Roast Burger. It's the burger done better. Big on taste, not on grease. Try one today with any one of our freshly brewed iced fruit teas. Arby's new Bacon Cheddar Roast Burger. One bite will have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
From early in the morning until late at night, Mom is on the move, balancing family, health, errands, work, friends. And that's just Monday. Let Mom relax this Mother's Day with a perfectly affordable gift from Massage Envy. Professional massage therapists, convenient hours and locations, and all available on her schedule. Mom's job is 24/7, which makes an hour of relaxation from Massage Envy the perfect gift.
You could go to a department store and get this outfit for $102. Or you could go to Ross and get the same outfit, plus the shoes, the handbag, the earrings, and the watch, and still have money left over for a taxi. Ross, the savings are unbeatable.
Highway robbery. Why some victims can't go to the police, though, for help. Plus everything else you need to know next. With the Fox 12 Final Cut.
Celebrate spring with a $400 savings on a premium Serta mattress set from Bedmart. A foam-encased Serta for just $5.99 with nothing down and no interest for 12 months. Hurry in, quantities are limited. Sleep well, save money. Bedmart.
You know, my local oil can Henry's is doing a lot more than changing oil. Their trained technicians are making it easy to maintain my new car warranty.
All the services at your local oil can Henry's meet or exceed warranty requirements. So whether it's a radiator flush or gearbox service, we save you time and money.
Why hassle with the appointments, long waits, and high prices at the dealership? You've got Oil Can Henry's, the one you can trust.
Coupons available at oilcanhenrys.com.
Mom?
Mom.
It's Mom rocks. This Mother's Day, celebrate her with these diamond solitaire earrings. Or this pendant or earrings, your choice, just $2.99 each. At Zales, America's diamond store since 1924.
Come celebrate National Train Day May 9th at Portland Union Station. See a world-famous steam locomotive and other vintage trains. Enjoy entertainment, including the Rose Festival Character Clown Corps and Northwest exhibits. It's all free on Saturday, May 9th from 10 a.m. to 3.
Stand by the final cut in 3, 2, 1. Cue 'em.
And the final cut begins with a football player accused of having consensual sex with a 15-year-old girl. Anthony Mix of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers turned himself into police. But despite turning himself in, Mix's attorney says the claims are bogus. Investigators say the two had sex earlier this year. Right now, the team is waiting for that investigation to be completed before considering action against Mix.
The final cut heads to Texas now, where a police department's being sued, accused of shaking down minority drivers and stealing millions of dollars worth of their stuff. A Texas law allows police to confiscate money and other property if they believe it's part of a crime. But the officers are accused of pulling over innocent drivers, mostly African American and Hispanic, taking their stuff and then not giving it back after the investigation was over. One family says they were even threatened with losing their kids if they didn't sign paperwork, agreeing to give up $6,000 they were going to use to buy a car.
I said, if it's the money you want, you can have it. You can have it. If that's what it takes to keep my children with me and not separate them from us, take the money.
Well, the family was never accused of a crime. Now an attorney has filed a lawsuit on behalf of 150 drivers trying to get an estimated $3 million worth of cash and property returned. To Virginia now, where hackers claim they've stolen millions of patient and prescription records, and they want $10 million to keep quiet. Now, there's no proof that the hackers have the information they say they have, but Virginia's Department of Health Professions has shut down its website after the possible security breach in its computer system. The FBI and state police are investigating.
Paying teens to rat out their friends doing drugs, will it work? Deputies in a New York suburb are hoping so. They've begun spreading flyers at high school campuses offering students $500 when they text cops about other students doing drugs. Deputies say they hope it'll make campuses drug-free, but students aren't so sure.
I think the money definitely appeals to teenagers, but other than that, I don't really think so.
I think that there's the fear that you'll get caught and people will find out that you told, and no one really wants to be like the snitch.
Critics of the new program fear students won't want to tell on their peers in fear that they'll be picked on. Deputies say only time will tell if it all works.
A fourth grader wants to become a police officer when he grows up. He already has something to put on his resume. Police in Massachusetts say the 10-year-old boy caught two guys who were trying to steal a GPS device. He was just skateboarding when he saw a car pull up, and one of the men inside got out and went up to a parked car.
And he would smash it in the window so he can steal a GPS.
Well, the boy called his dad, who followed the men, and then the fourth grader called 911. Police were able to catch both of the suspects. The boys' school honored him with a presentation and certificate. Just when they were beginning to lose hope, hundreds of volunteers got the news that everyone had been waiting for. A 3-year-old boy missing for 2 days had been found alive in Missouri. Rescuers think the boy fell asleep in the woods, and they found him in some rugged terrain today. Doctors checked out the boy at a hospital before sending him home to his parents. A Portland man is back at home tonight after enjoying the experience of a lifetime. He's a retired school teacher, but this past weekend he watched as a horse he owns finished third in the Kentucky Derby. Here's KPTV's Matt Smith.
Vic Carlson is 61 years old, and if you ask him, he'll tell you he's benefited from a little bit of skill and a little bit of luck. A year and a half ago, Carlson bought a horse named Musket Man for $15,000. That's chump change by Kentucky Derby standards. But Carlson stayed with the horse, paid for the training, and lo and behold, this past Saturday, Musket Man blew right past several multi-million-dollar competitors and placed third at the Kentucky Derby. Based on an offer he received 3 weeks before the race, the horse was valued at $16 million now. But for Carlson, the experience hasn't been about the money. It's been about having a shot at owning a horse that raced in the Kentucky Derby.
The fact that other people revere the Kentucky Derby as much as they do makes it a big deal. That dawned on me about halfway through the week. You know, It may just be another horse race, or it may be a horse race. It may be similar to a horse race, but it is the horse race. I'll always be able to say that I owned a horse that ran third in the Kentucky Derby, and I think that's an accomplishment that even some of the most accomplished horsemen don't get to do.
Next up for Musket Man, the Preakness Stakes, which is the second leg of the Triple Crown. That's 9 days away. Meanwhile, there's a great story about how Carlson and his girlfriend came up with the name Musket Man, but it may not be suitable for our general audience. So if you'd like to hear that story, it's available right now on our website, kptv.com. Matt Smith, the 10 o'clock news.
All right, only on 12, a Portland family says their pet dog is more than man's best friend. She's also their hero. A couple of weeks ago, their grandpa had a seizure, and it was the family dog Coco who came to the rescue. KPTV Sophie Sung joins us live with how that pooch saved his life. Sophie.
Well, Grandpa Rick Buck says when he had his seizure, he fell to the floor unconscious. The rest of the family was in the living room and had no idea what had happened. That's when Coco, the German Shepherd mix, started making a ruckus. The family says she started barking furiously, trying to get their attention. They followed the dog into Buck's room. They say Coco ran in 3 circles and then played dead. That was enough for the family to realize something was wrong, and they spotted Buck on the floor.
Seizures are so, and the grand mals that I have are so serious that I could have died having a seizure, and no one would have known about it.
Every night before bed, she walks around the house and she makes sure everybody's okay, and then she'll wait for us and she'll lay down by the door.
Family says they called 911 right away, and an ambulance took Grandpa Buck to the hospital. They say with seizures, time is of essence, and if Coco had not alerted them to what had happened, their grandpa could have died. Tonight, the family says they're especially grateful to have Coco in their home. They rewarded her with lots of doggy treats, and they say they treat her like royalty. Reporting live, Sophie Sung, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, if you have a Facebook profile, Portland police have a warning for you tonight. Investigators say some Facebook users put way too much personal information on their pages, and that can put their safety in danger. KPTV's Stephanie Kralovich explains.
It's stuff really simple that people don't think about that could put you in a position where you could be in some severe danger.
A simple search of the Portland network on Facebook reveals thousands of profiles not set to private. With the click of a mouse, we found birth dates, phone numbers, relationship details, and even provocative pictures of people who live, work, and go to school in the Rose City.
When you put that information on there, other people are going to see it, and they can take that information and do all kinds of things with that. They can track down where you live, they can track down possibly, where you work.
Detective Mary Wheat of the Portland Police Bureau says while identity theft has not been a problem on Facebook, keeping a profile wide open for the public to see is almost always a bad idea, especially for young women.
Remember that registered sex offenders could have access to the internet.
And all you have to do is log on to Facebook to find thousands of people in Portland who have pages that are not set to private.
It's pretty scary. I mean, your information's just kind of for anyone's taking.
19-year-old Sheena Wheeler says until we asked her about why her page was public, she hadn't given it much thought.
I just think that people don't really think about it. They're just like, oh, whatever, I'm probably safe. Like, who's gonna know, who's gonna want to do that to me? People just are kind of in their safe little bubble, and they don't really think about that.
I've noticed people put their address on there, their actual P.O. box or their apartment number. Like, I moved into a new place. I find that just astonishing that you would be able to put that kind of information out there.
When we confronted some young women at their homes about why their very detailed profiles were open, they seemed surprised we were able to find them.
So we were able to just pull you up. I don't know if young girls especially are thinking about the consequences of some of this.
Detective Mary Wheat says when it comes to any kind of online networking, the more secure your profile is, the better. If you'd like to make your page private, all you have to do is log on, click on Settings, then Privacy, then Profile. Make sure all of the features are set to Only Friends. It is that easy, but Detective Wheat says there are still way too many people networking online who have not taken those simple steps.
Now we've got Twitter, all of that stuff where people are putting such personal, intimate information about themselves, and I think maybe they forget that millions of people have access to this.
In Portland, Stephanie Kralovich, the 10 o'clock news.
So you might be wondering, how do you make sure your kids are protected when surfing the web? Well, make sure that you share with your kids what information they should be posting online. Remind them that once they post something like their birthday, they can't take it back. You can use privacy settings to restrict who can access your post on Facebook or MySpace pages. And finally, if your kids feel uncomfortable or threatened by something they see online, encourage them to tell you right away. Trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't worth the trouble. Okay, so what happens if you do become an ID theft victim? Well, experts say you should immediately place a fraud alert on your credit reports and review them carefully. Also close any accounts if they've been tampered with or if someone's opened them in your name. And finally, file a police report with your local agency. Experts say that is an essential step in claiming your consumer rights. All of these tips and many more can be found online at kptv.com. All you have to do is click on the Fox 12 Investigators tab and scroll about halfway down the page.
All right, now in the final cut, time for your chance to win a $100 MasterCard, no strings attached. Just fire up your computer. It's prepaid, by the way. Head to pdxrewards.com. Tonight's code word is signature. Once you enter that word into your account, you will be entered to win that $100 prepaid MasterCard, so good luck. And that is tonight's final cut.
Don't go away. We're following a major fire going on in California. These are live pictures right now. This fire is burning out of control. We'll have an update right after this.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Thursday's all new. First,
I want a baby.
Whoa! Bones drops a bombshell or two.
You'd be a very good donor.
An all new Bones. Then the final two face off as the most startling finale begins.
Your biggest test begins right now. Are you ready?
Hell's Kitchen finale.
Thursday at 8 on Fox 12 Oregon.
So, do I watch what I eat? It's important for me to watch what I eat. You're very svelte. I don't make up the rules. I'm just telling you. You are what you eat. Exactly. You can, yes. I try to take care of myself. Yeah, and of course. It makes a big difference. Of course. Yeah, I want to be my best. Who wants to underachieve? So I fill up with Chevron with Techron. Techron, baby. And no other gasoline has more cleaning power. Yeah, that's right. He watches what he eats in the mirror.
No gasoline has more cleaning power than Chevron with Techron.
You're a smart guy. I know that.
Think you have what it takes to host the ultimate outdoor show on Comcast Sportsnet? This is a casting call for all men and women interested in hosting a new reality series. The winner will get to host their very own TV show on Comcast Sportsnet, featuring some of the greatest outdoor activities of the Northwest. Do you have what it takes? For more details and a full application, visit csnnw.com. Comcast Sportsnet. Game on.
Fox 12's Most Wanted is caught on camera, and police say he robs local grocery stores at gunpoint, but not for money. That's coming up on the 11 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Sleep Country's super sale is on now. Save up to $500 on Beauty Rest and Posturepedic sets. Get 24 months free financing plus a free bed frame with Tempur-Pedic or the Sleep Number bed.
I've had asthma forever.
I've had asthma for as long as I can remember.
10 years. I used to wonder why my medicine wouldn't help prevent my symptoms from coming back.
I just figured it couldn't get any better.
And then I found out something I didn't know. I found out there are two main causes of asthma symptoms. Airway constriction you feel, and inflammation you may not. Most medicines don't treat both. So, my doctor prescribed Advair. Advair treats both main causes to help prevent symptoms in the first place.
Advair contains salmeterol. Salmeterol may increase the chance of asthma-related death, so Advair is not for asthma that's well controlled on another controller medicine. Advair will not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. Talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of Advair. If you take Advair, see your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
If you're still having symptoms, ask your doctor how to help prevent them with Advair.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advair.com.
Advair. Now you know.
It's Kelly's huge 35th anniversary sale, Friday and Saturday only. Save up to 35% on appliances, big screens, mattresses, lighting, and more. Make no down payment and pay no interest for 12 months. Save big this Friday and Saturday at Kelly's in Salem.
Stay on top of the changing spring weather with Andy Carson's first live local forecast. Weekday mornings from 4:30 to 9 on Good Day Oregon.
We want to take you back now and look at some live pictures from Santa Barbara, California, where a massive wildfire has burned at least 500 acres, and as you can see, many homes.
We saw a couple of moments ago a shot of a huge house burning. Here's another one. We have a couple of different sources that we're kind of taking the best pictures that we can find, or I guess I'm afraid to say the worst pictures that we can find. And here's one right here. As you see the house completely burning right there, that is going to be just a tremendous loss for people. 8,000 people evacuated right now. A state of emergency has been declared in that part of California.
Well, Justin and Kelly might be competing once again, only this time it's to have a song in the Twilight sequel. Rumors are swirling about an unreleased Kelly Clarkson song appearing in the New Moon movie. Now, a movie studio rep denies it. Even so, the original American Idol winner has blogged about being a fan of Twilight. The first Idol runner-up is also resurfacing in all of this, too. Justin Guarini is campaigning online to have a song of his in the sequel.
I'm Kevin Kawari, and here's what's coming up next on the 11 o'clock news. This might make you think twice the next time you go grocery shopping, how a man with a gun is blending in with customers to rip off local stores. He gave himself a shocking scar. Why this man carved a message of hate right into his face. But first, a live look outside here. The 11 o'clock news is less than 3 minutes away.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Closed captioning for the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Comcast.
I know about being smart with my money.
And I know about being the best.
And we're being handcuffed together to show the two sides of Comcast's offer on digital cable with HBO.
The best entertainment on demand, whenever you want.
For just $29.99 a month, a price that you can lock in for 12 months.
It's our best offer of the year. Comcast digital cable with on-demand and HBO for just $29.99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-COMCAST today.
We should do a movie, Shackenstein.
I like it.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries in Portland and Salem have been selected to liquidate all overstocks from 4 Lazy Boy factories. $2 million of national Lazy Boy overstocks will be sold at the lowest prices in Lazy Boy history. Markdowns are huge now on recliners, sofas, sectionals, chairs, tables, and more. Financing is available. Hurry in now for best selections. For a limited time only, the Lazy Boy National Authorized Factory Liquidation, starting this week, all 6 area stores.
Enjoy one of life's little pleasures. Yoplait has a sweetly satisfying taste and creamy texture that you can't resist. Yoplait in 25 delicious flavors. It is so good.
Next time on Better, a board game to rev up your sex life. Plus, win a $50,000 girlfriend's getaway. Tomorrow at a new, better time, 10 a.m.
Wow.
What?
Nothing.
I can take this whenever you guys are ready.
Oh, thanks.
Because I paid for it last, so, you know.
That's it. Love this place. Free Wi-Fi.
Free paper.
Free refills.
If you like free, you'll love WAMU Free Checking. Get free online banking, a free debit card, free checks, and free ATM cash withdrawals.
Do you have a biscotti? Another one?
Biscotti's free.
Yeah, I knew that.
Free checking from WAMU. Now backed by the power of Chase.
Our bank, the one that handles our finances, has been acquired. I want to convey that I am very confident that we will. What they did do is give me a phone number here. Now, I don't know if this is actually a specific person. This morning it was Steve. It's not going well. I managed to actually get through this whole thing this morning. I wish I'd
Sterling Savings Bank.
left a trail of breadcrumbs for you.
Now more than ever.
Every woman should hear Jody's story. Jody was always healthy.
Her pap was always normal. Still, I recommended she also get the HPV test. Her pap looked fine. The HPV test showed
She had the virus that could cause cervical cancer.
most HPV infections don't cause problems, but another exam confirmed she had cervical disease.
But Jody's story has a happy ending.
We caught it before it became cancer. So if you're 30 or over, make sure you get the HPV test along with your pap.
The Digene HPV test from QIAGEN. Take the test, not the risk.
Now on Fox 12 Oregon, this is the 11 o'clock news.
New at 11 tonight, a suspected robber tries to steal an expensive ring, but he picked the wrong guy to mess with. What the owner had to do to get it back. Invasion of the spiders. What's driving these venomous monsters to take over an entire town? And it's a beauty product with some hidden dangers that could be deadly. We'll show you why when we take you to the edge. I'm Kevin Kawari. And now here's a look at Fox 12's top stories. We'll begin tonight with KPTV's Brett Weisberg. He's live with what's new at 11. Brett?
Vancouver police say Fox 12's most wanted is accused of using a gun to get away with stolen drugs from a local pharmacy. Police think the person who robbed this Safeway pharmacy is likely the same person who robbed the Safeway on Northeast 162nd Street last month. The latest robbery happened last night around 7 o'clock. In both cases, Vancouver police say that the man walked in and started demanding prescription painkillers. And in last night's robbery, the thief got away with a large stash of Oxycontin. Police say the drug theft is increasing. They blame it on the weak economy. Shoppers say they're shocked to hear about that trend.
No, this is not good. Not at all. This is going to get worse before it gets better, I think. But you know, these things happen, I guess, every day.
There's really no point of stealing, and because anyways, people should not steal just because of the economy or because they don't have something. They should at least just try and get a job.
Now, these are surveillance pictures provided by police on the April 21st heist. Police described the robber as a white male, clean-shaven. They say he's about 50 years old, 5'9", weighing about 190 pounds. They also point out in the first robbery, the suspect had facial hair, but in yesterday's robbery, he did not. Police won't release how much medicine the man got away with. If you know anything about this case, call Vancouver Police. Reporting live tonight in News Control, Brent Weisberg, the 11 o'clock news.
Tonight, Portland police are investigating what appears to be a stabbing that happened right out in front of the Portland Rescue Mission. Police are releasing few details about what happened tonight, but they say it appears to be a fight between two transients that sent one man to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect tonight remains on the run. Investigators are not sure exactly how the victim was cut. They say it is possible the suspect was wearing a ring, and that's what cut the victim. Now, witnesses we talked to say the victim appeared to have a gash to the left part of his face under his ear, and they say while he was bleeding a lot, he appeared to be okay. Police have not released a suspect description in this one, but if you know anything that could help, please contact Portland Police. Near downtown, Mark Hanrahan, the 11 o'clock news.
An amazing story of survival and what could be called a miraculous discovery after a woman is trampled by a horse and her call to 911 is cut off. It happened this morning when Clackamas County dispatchers were forced to search for where the call came from after static and bad cell coverage prevented them from talking to the injured woman. Thanks to a voicemail greeting naming the stable, dispatchers were able to locate a home where they thought she might be. And to their amazement, a Clackamas County deputy was able to locate her and call for help. She was taken by life flight here to Emmanuel Hospital, where tonight the woman, only identified as Amy, is in critical condition. In North Portland tonight, Chad Carter, the 11 o'clock news.
People living in one area of North Portland are dealing with a big mess after they say sewage filled their basements, and now they're having to deal with the cleanup. Cleaning and restoration crews worked at this home all day trying to get all the ruined carpet and damaged walls out. People on the street say at least 8 homes had sewage backed up into their basements. One neighbor says it started to shoot out every drain in their basement Saturday afternoon. Some homes had up to 5 inches of the dirty, murky water. Homeowners say the city came out here to check on the sewer line Monday, and they say the city told them they did find a problem. We did call the Bureau of Environmental Services, which handles the sewer lines, but did not get a call back. In the meantime, homeowners are spending thousands of dollars to clean up the mess. Reporting in North Portland tonight, Andrew Padula, the 11 o'clock news.
We also have some new details tonight about a man accused of hurting a toddler after firing a gun as a dare. Angel Munoz was sentenced today. In March, Munoz pleaded guilty to reckless endangering and unlawful use of a weapon. An assault charge was dropped as part of a plea deal. Gresham police arrested Munoz back in October after they say he fired several shots. One bullet went into a nearby house and grazed a toddler's face. Munoz told investigators he fired the gun because a friend dared him. In our top 3 national headlines tonight, cops are searching for a gunman tonight after a deadly shooting on a college campus. Police say the man seen in this surveillance video shot and killed a Wesleyan University student at a bookstore near the Connecticut campus. Investigators say they know who the shooter is, 29-year-old Stephen Morgan. While the search for Morgan intensifies, the university is asking students and staff to stay indoors. Walmart is paying out big bucks tonight after a deadly stampede outside a store last year. The store has agreed to pay out nearly $2 million, including $400,000 in victims' compensation to avoid criminal charges. Walmart also agreed to improve safety at its New York stores. Hundreds of shoppers started a stampede to get into a store for an after-Thanksgiving sale and trampled a man to death. 11 others were also hurt. The governor says it's time to talk about pot, legalizing it, that is. California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger says he welcomes a public debate on proposals to legalize marijuana. Some lawmakers there suggest doing so could provide a lucrative new revenue source for the state. Still, the governor says the decision to legalize marijuana should not be made solely on the basis of raising cash. Marijuana has been outlawed in the U.S. since 1937. And now to news caught on camera. Investigators want to know what caused two planes to crash, killing at least 2 people. The planes collided at a Palm Beach County airport in Florida Wednesday morning. Investigators have not released the victims' names. Also caught on camera, a man robbing an Arizona jewelry store, but he didn't get away because the owner fought back. Cops say the robber held the owner at gunpoint and tried to steal a $9,000 ring. But the owner chased the suspect, put him in a headlock, and got that ring back. Now that suspect faces robbery charges. In our top 3 international headlines tonight, violence breaks out between protesters and police in Georgia. Police armed with batons clashed with protesters outside the police compound in Tbilisi. The scuffles began when hundreds of protesters converged on police headquarters to demand the release of 3 people. Dozens were injured during the clashes, mostly with head injuries. Opponents of their current president are demanding his resignation. A message in a bottle from the Holocaust. In April, construction workers discovered the note in what's now a school. Prisoners wrote that message and placed it in a bottle and put it in a concrete wall. The document was written back in 1944, and it lists the names of 7 prisoners, their camp numbers, and their hometowns. One of the survivors said they never thought they would survive and wrote the note to leave behind a trace of their lives. The note is now in a museum. A creepy crawly problem in Australia. Look at this. Giant venomous spiders have invaded a town in Queensland. The eastern tarantulas, known as bird eaters, have been wandering into the town after recent floods disturbed their habitat. They don't really eat birds, but they do hiss. And the spiders can kill a dog and seriously hurt a human with just 1 bite.
Now, Portland's first complete forecast at 11 from your first live local weather team.
Well, it was an active weather day across the Northwest as yet another unusually strong storm for May rolled on through. But there are signs that over the next 24 hours, the rain will be decreasing. And we're still looking for a nice weekend here coming up. So that hasn't changed. Outside Live, we go here. As of this 11 o'clock hour, our view from the skyline camera shows that it is cloudy outside still. And there is some rain around, some of that rain heavy. We've seen the showers actually pick up a little bit over the last couple hours. We can see those on the live radar right now. And this is the scenario over Northwest Oregon, Southwest Washington. Notice some of the yellows and oranges, even a little bit of red mixed in. We'll zoom in here a little bit closer. Interstate 5 right along here. Salem, you've got a heavy shower nearby. And out towards Canby, a downpour in some spots. So from Canby on east out towards Karis, I should say, and almost up to the Oregon City area, some heavy rain at the moment. And we'll scoot a little farther to the north here. Sections of southeast Portland out towards Gresham, Rockwood, Troutdale, up into Camas and Washougal. Some very heavy rain at the moment as well. No lightning strikes showing up, but it's a possibility at least. All right, let's move on to the other radar picture here. This goes back to the very early hours of the morning. You can see a huge area of green indicating the morning steady rain. And then this afternoon, thunderstorms really popped up over sections of northeastern Oregon. Those are finished tonight as all the showers are lingering west of the Cascades. Right now it's 53 at Portland, pair of 50s for Kelso and Salem, also 50 degrees at Astoria, Newport, east of the Cascades. We're in the 40s for the most part. So overnight tonight, we'll look for the showers to continue mainly west of the Cascades. Lows will be in the 40s tomorrow morning. East side, maybe just a stray shower near the mountains with lows in the 30s. Okay, here's what's going on the satellite picture. Watch all these plus signs here. Those are cloud-to-ground lightning strokes, a few of them in Clackamas County, west of the Cascades as well. And we've still got more showers to get through tonight. Now, here's the good news. As we head through tomorrow,
A better way to go.
There are sales, and then there's Sleep Country's Super Sale. Save Save up to $500 on a great selection of firm, plush, and pillow top sets from Simmons Beauty Rest and Sealy Posturepedic. Save up to $300 on fashion beds, futons, and convertible sofas. Get 24 months free financing plus a free bed frame with Tempur-Pedic or the Sleep Number bed. There are sales, and then there's Sleep Country's Super Sale.
Always the highest quality. Always the freshest ingredients. Always the best value. Voted best pizza chain in America 6 years running. Some things will never change. That's why at Papa Murphy's, you can get a large Taco Grande pizza made fresh with the highest quality ingredients for only $10.99. Handmade fresh, home-baked great. That's Papa Murphy's.
You could go to a department store and get this outfit for $102. Or you could go to Ross and get the same outfit, plus the shoes, the handbag, the earrings, and the watch, and still have money left over for a taxi. Ross, the savings are unbeatable.